What's up, Lake Como? I'm Peacock Taylor from Keep Lake Como Beautiful, and welcome to Office Hours Season 2, Episode 22. In the month of August, we're working our way through WHUB, also known as What's Holding Us Back. And today, we're taking WHUB to the curb, because let's tell the truth. When people see trash sitting near the curb, a lot of folks do not start with the rule, the ordinance. What is allowable? They start with judgment. They say, look at these nasty people. They don't care. They keep trash out all month. This block is a mess. But WHUB teaches us to slow down. Before we judge people, we name the condition, because every pile of trash near the curb is not the same thing. It might just be that this is the scheduled bulk waste week. They may have set it out too early. The pickup might have been missed. It might be bulk waste items that do not belong in the pile. They should have been taken to the city dump. And it could just be illegal dumping, or maybe even an accumulation of trash and debris on private property. From the curb, those things can look similar from the street, but they are not the same condition. They do not use the same route, and they don't need the same response. That is the point of Clear the Curb Como. Not shame, not guessing, not driving by and turning somebody's curb into a whole character study. We're talking about conditions, not character. So let's start with bulk waste. In the city of Fort Worth, bulk waste collection is not random. For Lake Como specifically, bulk waste week begins the fourth Monday of each month. Now, the earliest residents should set bulk waste items on the curb is the Friday before collection week at 6 p.m. That matters, because if somebody sets the bulk waste out during the correct window, that means that is not the same thing as trash sitting out all month. That's just when you saw it. That is scheduled bulk waste. Now, if the pile is out before Friday at 6 p.m., that's too early. And that's a different condition. If collection week passed and the pile is still sitting there, that may be a missed pickup or a follow-up issue. If the pile has items that bulk waste does not accept, tires, TVs, mirrors, that's a different problem. If somebody dumps material in the right of way, like the side of the street, an alley, a vacant lot, or where it does not belong, that's a different route. And if the trash is actually on private property, that's another lane. So you can see what I mean when I say same issue, different conversation about the conditions at the curb. And this is why KLCB keeps saying classification before assumption, because the right concern in the wrong lane can still get stuck and the neighborhood sees no improvement, no progress. If we call everything dumping, we may miss the fact that it was a scheduled bulk waste week. If we call everything bulk waste, we may miss that prohibited items are in the pile. If we call everything a missed pickup, we may miss that the city's collection window is still open. And if we call everything nasty neighbors, we miss the whole point. The point is not to protect bad conditions. The point is to respond correctly. That's resident power. Not just being mad, not just taking a picture, not just saying somebody needs to do something. Resident power means we can look at a condition, name it clearly, choose the right route, save the receipt, and follow through. Now, KLCB works with 3 basic response paths: assistance, accountability, or both. Assistance means the first step may be information. Maybe the neighbor needs the bulk waste week reminder. Maybe they need to know what time set out opens. Maybe they need the accepted items rules. Maybe they need help figuring out how to use the My 4 Word app. That's assistance. It's not weakness. It's not avoidance. It's not pretending the condition doesn't exist. Information can move a condition. Let's move on to accountability. Accountability means the condition is qualified, documented, routed correctly, and followed through with a receipt. Let me explain. Not 10 duplicate reports, not insults in the notes or description, not guesses about who set the trash out. A clean report says what's visible. Where is it? When was it observed? What impact did it create? And what evidence is attached? That's accountability. And you remember I said sometimes the answer is both. You can share the correct information and still document the condition. You can offer a neighborly reminder and still follow up if the pile remains after the proper window. You can lead with assistance without giving up on accountability. That's the lane KLCB is building, because Lake Como does not need more gossip at the curb. Lake Como needs cleaner curbs, clearer information, and better follow-through. So here's the field habit. You see it, you name it, you route it, you save the receipt, and you follow up. See it means observe what is actually there. Name it means describe the condition, not the person or the motive. Route it means choose assistance, accountability, or both. Save the receipt means keep the request number, screenshot, photo, or which resource was shared. Follow through means check back. You check back because CFW may mark the issue as closed. That does not mean resolved in all cases. A city status is one fact. The physical condition at the curb is another. That's why follow-through matters. Now, let me say this clearly. Clear the Curb Como is not about turning neighbors against each other. It's not about shaming neighbors and other residents. It's not about acting like every condition at the curb is a crime scene. It's about building a neighborhood habit that's useful. We're going to know the schedule. We're going to know the rules. We're going to use the right route. And we're going to keep the receipt. That's how we move from frustration to action. That's how we move from look at this mess to here's what this is. Here's the next right step. Here's how we follow through. That's WHUB. What's holding us back is not just trash. Sometimes what's holding us back is the assumption, the wrong category, the missing information, the bad routing, the missing receipt, the lack of follow-through. So this week, we're clearing the curb and clearing up the confusion. Conditions, not character. Proof over drama. Assistance, accountability, or both. And follow-through over frustration.